Welcome to another episode of Project Black Knight. I kind of got a little ahead of myself when I didn't record it. Well, for one, my battery was dead and I didn't charge it. In the last video, we got this POR 15 on this one. I took the seam sealer out, we put new seam sealer in there. We got it back in that hole. That hole's filled up now. And this one ain't gonna be moving like the other one. I don't know if I showed y'all the previous seam sealer on it. I guess when somebody had put the seam sealer on, they didn't scuff anything. And you gotta have scratch marks when you put stuff up there like that because it won't stick if you don't have scratch marks in it. And what I mean by that is sanding it. This time we scuffed it and put the seam sealer up there, so that should prevent the rust from coming back and stop leaking. I don't know if I showed y'all, but there was a big dent here and then another small one right here. It's Friday night. What we're doing is we're gonna handle these rust spots back here. I think that one's gonna have a hole in it. And then we got these two. This one just started. I don't know if you can see the little bubbles. And then this one's been there a while. I'm thinking that one's gonna have a hole in it too. And what we're gonna do if it has a hole in it is we got to either cut a section out right here and weld a new piece in, or grind out the little hole and then just tack weld it. So I'm gonna get on a roll. It's hot as hell. It's like almost 100 degrees. I'm gonna roll up the bay. I'm gonna turn the fan on. We're gonna start working on them rust spots. I try to take as much B-roll as I can. That fender flare isn't bad. This one's got a little spot right there. This one is fading. So we got to strip that and prime it. We don't have to strip the whole thing, just what's fading. There's some cracking going on. I know y'all can see that right there. These are fading, so I had to strip those. I don't think I had to strip them all the way, but just the tops. Houston, we have a problem. Something happened I didn't want to happen. Got one hole right there. Another hole right there, and I think there's one forming right there. I don't know what that shit is underneath of it, in all honesty, but I'm gonna try to pick it out. What time is it?
10:06.
It is 10:06 at night, and we've got actually a decent amount done. We got most of the back white, kind of. I think there's a little spot up here somewhere. We got to take this off and that, the button, and erase the wheel to this shit off. I got the top of that door stripped because it was starting to crow's foot. We got all this white. So this side should be done this week. I'm gonna try to get those flares and primer. I'm gonna have some help tomorrow with these holes tomorrow morning. We're gonna weld those two holes up. I'll put some POR 15 on the inside so it'll stop rusting on the inside. And then at least I can get this side done. I got to prime the other side that I did the POR 15 on. I got the POR 15 this side and seam seal it again and prime the shit. And then I got tomorrow, I'm gonna strip the top of this fender because it's starting to crow's foot. I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's like little cracks. You can't see it, but it'll look like little X marks in it. It's starting to bust. So when it starts to crow's foot, you gotta strip it to metal and then prime it. We're just gonna have to do that, and then Sunday, this whole side will be done. Ready to roll. The main thing is the hood. You see my little note there? Holy shit. The next weekend, I'll come back and we'll do this side. We got to sandblast this before 12 o'clock. And the hole back there, old Marty can come in and weld that shit up. So with sandblasting, you got to, make sure you tape your glass up and stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a towel or one of them blankets right here and just close this. That way it won't mess up the glass. And put a blanket back here so sand won't get all in your vehicle. So you can see that's a pretty big hole right there. If it ever focus. Focus, bitch! Focus, motherfucker! Alright, so we definitely got to get this spot in primer by Sunday. So I think we got another hole coming in right there too. But when we sandblast it, everything's gonna pop up. I'm gonna finish blocking this stuff so I can get this side in primer. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and sandblast this stuff, but I got to find a sandblaster, so let's go ahead and do that. All right, so we got the blanket in the back covering up the sub and all the rest of the interior. We got this blanket up here. paper to make sure they don't hit the sides of the glass. Well, weld blanket over the sunroof. I'm only gonna sandblast this back, and then when this is done, I'm gonna get onto that side and sandblast that. We gotta turn on the main switch. I love it. With the humidity included, it's supposed to be like 100 degrees a day, so it ain't gonna be too fun, because there ain't no AC in this bitch, so we're just gonna have to work with it. So we got the spot sandblasted, as you saw. Right now we're on to removing the front bumper. I took the antenna off, which was didn't go as planned, and the stud broke off, so I'm gonna have to glue it back. Quick set 180 will fix that. So even though I've been doing this for a little bit, I mean, I've only been doing this for about 2.5 years. YouTube is your friend. Okay, that's why I'm gonna try to post a lot of tutorials on how to do this stuff, because a lot of people, you know, they get confused and don't know what the fuck to do, and they want to do it right, so when you take it off, you don't mess it up. Right now I'm gonna show you how to take the front bumper off. It's very simple. So first, what you got to do is you got to remove the headlights and the fog lights, which I've already done, which is very, very simple. So you have these tabs right here, and you pull up on them, 2 of them right there, and it comes right out. The headlight does. It'll pull out, you know, unplug your stuff. The turn signal lights will have a clip right there, so you can see that. You'll pop that out. All you got to do is put some pressure on it, and it should come right out. Then you got that tab right there, and all you do is put your fingers on it on the back side and kind of push them in a little bit, and this whole thing slides right out. Taking the, what I will call the front fascia, taking that off, you have these little tabs right here. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, but one's missing on that side. Literally, all you have to do is get you a little pry bar like this, or a screwdriver. Flathead screwdriver will work. And all you do is you'll come behind it and just put some pressure on it. You know, just work with it. Don't do it too fast. You know, take your time. If you take your time, you'll do it right and won't break anything. If you break them, they sell the clips at CarQuest. Just take the clip up there, they'll give you a new one. Obviously you got to pay for it, but they do have new ones. For the bumper, there's a bolt here, right there, a bolt there, there's a bolt down there, and there's another one right there. If you look right back there, you see that bolt coming up right there. You got to get underneath and get those out on both sides. So while you're down there, go ahead and unplug your fog light if you have one, and it'll slide right out. All right, now I'd say that's job well done. All right, so I'm gonna strip that fender halfway, fix the bodywork needs to be done in it, and prime it. We are trying to get this thing show ready. So my goal is for Midnight Accelerators, which is our car club, car and truck club. Everybody have the shit real nice. We've all got our logo, and I want to stick the logo on the back. You know, we're entering as Midnight Accelerators. We'd all be parked in a line. So that was our old logo, and we actually got one drew up by a company. I'll order one of those and stick it on the back of here when we're done. 252's got his vehicle painted. We just got to put the interior back in it and hook everything up. Once I get this painted, I got to fix some stuff in the interior. But other than that, most of the interior is pretty much done. I did take the headliner out because I knew there was gonna be a hole somewhere. So if you look right up here, you can see the whole headliner's out. When you're welding stuff on the roof, or you know, mainly the roof, when you're welding stuff on the roof, you gotta take your headliner out, because when one of them welds drop, it's gonna catch your headliner on fire. It's almost 90 degrees in this shop. I'm sweating like a whore in church. Don't take offense by that. It's just a joke. So what we've got done now, so we've got the fender strip, and this is, I still got to feather this out some more. That way when we prime it, you know, it'll block nice and even. I had to strip this right here where it conjoins, because underneath the belt molding it will start in the crow's foot. So we stripped that. I got to feather this out. All the body work to this quarter's done, other than obviously this piece right here. These are gonna be the biggest pain in the ass, I feel like, because they have to be stripped and they're kind of like a rubber texture. So I don't know if y'all can see that right there, but you might think that's a dent, but no, you are wrong. That is actually a factory stamp. So if you see it on that side just like that, and you see it's kind of in a little bit, it's pretty wavy. Go on the other side and look, and you can see it is the exact same way. Now the front ground effects cracked all the way. But if you look, it's all split up and shit, and you had to strip it. In the long run, you got to look, is it gonna be cheaper to fix this, or is it gonna be cheaper to buy a new one? Same way with the hood. You just gotta factor in all your material, your labor, you know, how long, you know, I know this is gonna take a while, but is it gonna be cheaper to get all the dents out, wipe it, block it, prime it? I wish the tree had never fallen on this piece of shit. And when you prime it the first time, you have to block it and make sure all your body work looks good. Then you can go ahead and prime it again. One thing you always need to do when you're doing engine work, body work, anything that involves a vehicle, tag your bolts and your part. You're gonna get confused. You're not gonna know which side to go on and inside or outside. So if you were to take the window gasket out, you're gonna label it front driver, window gasket. Take the inside gasket out, front driver, door gasket, inner, or outer. Your outer is attached to your door, your inner is attached to the body. These are my bumper bolts. You're gonna tag them front bumper. It'll save you so much time. You won't lose nothing. When you take the mirror off, you usually have 3 nuts that come off with it, or 3 bolts. I usually put them back in the mirror. That way you'll never lose them unless you lose the mirror. If you're wanting to come into this field, don't hesitate, just do it. I went into the 252 project not knowing what I was doing, I'll admit that. But I learned a hell of a lot from it, and right now I've got the knowledge that I didn't have back then. That's why this is almost ready to prime in 1 week. And that's only me working on the weekends on this. Alright, it's next day, we're back in this bitch. Alright, so I came in this morning and I re-blocked the passenger side of this and got it back in primer again. Everything looked alright, so I went ahead and primed it again. Did the flares as well. She didn't do shit. The only thing I got left is this one section that I had to block. But I'm only putting 2 coats on that. It don't need a whole lot. Right now I'm gonna wipe some tiger hair on this, which is fiberglass. And then once that dries, we'll sand that and then do our body work to it. We're gonna tape this up, get this ready to prime this, so that way the PR15 don't explode. All right, it's 12:30. All right. I'm so tired I can't even tell what time it is. It's 8:30. We got a lot done. It's out the shop. These past 3 nights have been hectic. Right now we've got the passenger side done. I've got to do this spot. I think I'm just gonna replace the hood just because it's so much work. It ain't even worth putting the time and money into it. We've got this primed up here, and inside the door jamb back here's got primed. We did the body work to it. So that should be nice. I haven't done nothing to this because I got to take all the stuff off and do it. We got this side in primer and then that fender. So next weekend, maybe we can get this side finished. These are all nice and primed up. That's pretty much all for this video. There will be another one. So yeah, just tune in. straight shit. No, but on a real note, it's gonna look beautiful. I can guarantee you that one. I can guarantee it. It's been leaking for a long time until I put some dum-dum around it. When I put that around it, it stopped leaking. I had a water leak for about 2 years. I didn't know where the fuck it was coming from. Eventually, I just stuck a water hose up there and watched inside as it dripped. So we found it. That's a good thing. And then the both sides seam sealed, and that was the other issue with the water leaking. Fucking S10s. Sometimes they can be shit bitch to work on, but god damn, they look good. So yep, that's what we're gonna do. Tune in for the 4th segment, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Have a wonderful day.